Hello, Flowfest. It's Chris Worsey here, the founder of SportsIcon. It's brilliant to be here with everybody. SportsIcon works with the greatest sports people of all time to tell their story, their highs, their lows, their skills, and tell it all through NFTs. Our differentiator is essentially that we get 2 days in the diary with these guys. We get the best directors in the world to work with them. We've got the director of Top Gear in the UK, and we've got an awesome director in the US as well. And you know, we invest in high quality content. So day one is spent filming them tell the stories of their career, and day two, if they're in good enough nick, we get them recreate some of the greatest moments of their career, and you know, teaching the next generation. So we've had a very busy day at SportsIcon HQ today. We've announced that we're working with the footballer Lukaku, who's the most expensive footballer or soccer player for you Americans in the audience of all time. I think he's had combined transfer fees of about 420 million pounds. And this was our launch video earlier that Lukaku kindly retweeted as well. So let me show this. So the story of SportsIcon basically started last July. I'd sold my second edtech startup, and I've always been a massive sports fan. As you can see behind me, I'm a huge Aston Villa fan, and I sort of wanted to combine my two passions. I've been interested in NFTs since the CryptoKitties days, and also a massive sports fan. So I came up with the concept of, you know, why don't we try and combine NFTs with sports? And this, you know, this was back in July 2020. I think there's about 100 million in sales of NFTs back then. So I sort of had the tech background myself, and called up my old college roommate, Alexi, who'd spent the last 10, 15 years building a big sports agency and working with some of the great sports people of all time. And so, you know, we set out on this journey. By sort of January, February this year, we'd raised a pre-seed round. Obviously, Rohan from Dapper was involved, Naz, the rapper, Chad Hurley, the founder of YouTube, Andrew Bogut, who plays for the Warriors, and, you know, loads of other Silicon Valley investors. And yeah, we've had it's been a crazy year, 2021, a very enjoyable year. And I think that, you know, we've successfully combined community, culture, and fandom to generate amazing results. So I'll talk you through 3 case studies that we've done so far. So we worked with one of my idols growing up, one of the icons to me growing up, Roberto Carlos, the best left back in history, probably, certainly scored the best free kick in history. We recreated this as art. Roberto himself narrated over it. And then a big thing for us is utility. So the winner of the one-on-one art piece got to go to a game with Roberto. We then did a similar thing with Gigi Buffon, one of the finest goalkeepers of all time. And again, you know, it's sold out, and the person that bought the one-of-one is going to go to a Serie A game with Gigi. We then created our membership club, which some of you guys might have seen. It's called the Lion Club NFT. So we've got a big community of owners now. I think we're up to about 2,500 owners. This was, you know, one of those surreal days where it sort of sold out in 8 hours. You know, 1.5 million revenue in Ethereum, and then a few days later, Ethereum went up 20%, 600K in secondary sales. And the key thing here is we wanted to combine community, NFTs, and utility. So the owners of the Lion Club, they get a monthly call with their with a famous sports star. They also get lots of other utility. So, for example, last night I was down at Wembley Stadium We'd got a box for the Lion Club holders. It was myself, my co-founder Alexi, and 6 people who'd bought one of the Lion Club NFTs. And, you know, we had a great evening. We've got a box coming up at Madison Square Garden for the first. I'm going to be in town. NFT NYC speaking. So we're going to go to the game there as well. So, you know, this was a real big success. Here's a bit of an alpha leak. I'll go very quickly past who we've secured because we haven't announced a lot of these. So I'll go past there. There we go. And yeah, you know, what enables this is that, you know, the guys at Dapper from Roham, you know, throughout the company, they are the most thoughtful, innovative people in the space. So we're really glad to have a strategic partnership with those guys. You know, they've done stuff like get on business development calls with us to help sign icons, advise on which developers to hire, et cetera. And then, of course, we've built out on the Flow blockchain, which is, you know, I think I said in a tweet the other week, there's no better place to be as a sports and NFT startup than on the Flow blockchain. It's, you know, it's specifically made for consumers. It's, you know, it's going to have very, very low gas fees. So, you know, we're really happy and really bullish to be in the same ecosystem as Dapper Labs. You know, we think watch the highlights of the NFL, NBA on sort of Dapper, and then, you know, click through to SportsIcon to listen to the stories behind the moments. You know, I think that you can't have you can't have a moment without a story behind it. So that's our aim, is to really capture all of these stories from the athletes and sort of pair it with those moments. So I've talked about Lukaku, most expensive player of all time. He tweeted today about us, got thousands of likes, 2.6 million people follow him. I haven't checked out his Instagram yet. I'm sure he's Instagrammed about us as well. And the way it's actually going to work is, you know, we think this is really innovative. So we get 120 minutes of footage. We break it down into 9 chapters. Each chapter has got 3 or 4 NFTs in it. The first 3 chapters are the common chapters, so there's more supply. The next 3 chapters are the rare chapters, and the final 3 chapters are the ultimate chapters. So in the ultimate chapter, there is a 1 of 1. So if you collect every single NFT there's only be 1 person that can collect the whole Lukaku masterclass. If you do that, you're going to get next level utility. So we're talking tickets for games, we're talking meets and greets, we're talking Zoom calls, we're talking personalized training sessions, and that utility will last for 3 years. So, you know, if you, I mean, I'm sure you guys won't, but if you get bored after a year of seeing all the Lukaku games, you can go on the secondary market and SportsIcon and sell it. And there's going to be tiers. There's going to be tiers of utility. So, you know, if you collect the first 3 chapters, the common chapters, there's going to be a prize for that. If you collect the middle chapters, there'll be a prize for that. So we've really layered utility in. So this pre-season pass for Lukaku is going to be available 3 p.m. UK on Saturday. We're really, really excited about it. Similarly, we've signed up Mike Vick, you know, one of the greatest NFL quarterbacks in history. And again, we're filming with him soon. I think we're filming with him in November in Miami. And again, it's going to be 9 chapters broken down into sort of 4 or 5 NFTs of 30 seconds each. And again, we've put loads and loads of utility in there. So we think this is really unique. Nobody's really invested the time to create their own content, cinematic quality, and, you know, that's what we're doing. So we're working with some of the greatest directors in the world to really roll this out. So, you know, we think this is going to be something special. Coming soon, we got the Pumas. So we're doing art with those guys. We'll probably do some filming as well. We're putting in a lot of utility. I don't know if anyone saw this, but we've got the rights to Mexican wrestling, Lucha Libre, with all of their characters, all of their IP, all of their past matches. We're really excited about that. You know, we think there's something very interesting in the college athlete sort of sphere, NFTs plus NIL. And so yeah, I think we've come a long way this year. We're going to keep signing up the greatest athletes of all time. We're going to keep building out a world-class team. You know, we've got awesome flow developers already, you know, really, really good technical team. We're going to keep signing up more sports and team IP. And we also want to take advantage of new commerce opportunities in the metaverse. Here's a bit of alpha for you. We're looking at building a SportsIcon bar in one of the metaverses. So you'll have a bar. You're only going to be able to get in if you've got a SportsIcon NFT. In the back room, there'll be sort of a sports gambling room. So, you know, you'll be able to sports bet, you'll be able to watch sport, you'll be able to play poker, you'll be able to play blackjack. And then in an adjacent room, what we're doing is building a stage and sort of a dance floor. So, you know, what we're going to do is, you know, of course, we'll have like bands and DJs on, but we'll also allow the icons to come in. And instead of doing Q&As over Zoom, which, you know, let's face it, Zoom feels like work, you're going to be in one of the metaverses. Imagine like one of the great sports people of all times in the metaverse, and you can do a Q&A and have a conversation with them there. So that's where we're heading. It's all very exciting. You know, it's an honor to speak at Flowfest. And yeah, you know, really happy to be part of it, and you know, great to have Dapper and sort of Flow involved in the company. So thank you very much for your time all. If you want to find me on Twitter, it's Chris_Worsey, or if you want to jump in our Discord, we'd be very happy to have you. So thank you very much for all of your time, and